And welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and here are some of the stories we have for you tonight. Male victim dies in fatal car collision. Early voting on St. Croix suspended. Chucky is off the ballot for now. And WAPA Solar Substation dedication ceremony. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
Meaningful Beauty, now available in the Virgin Islands, brings you News Channel 8. Pamela and Cindy Crawford tell how they use it. More on Channel 8, as seen on channel8.com, and call 1-800-811-2749 for Meaningful Beauty.
In our top story on Sunday, October 26th at 2:57 a.m., a citizen called 911 and reported a one-car collision on Turpentine Run Road. A black 2003 Mitsubishi Lancer was driving westward on Turpentine Run Road when the driver lost control and the right side of the vehicle collided into a tree. The driver, 33-year-old Ninian Alexander, expired on the scene. In other news, election supervisors Caroline Fox Sunday night suspended early voting on St. Croix, which began Tuesday, following the Virgin Islands Supreme Court order that Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen be removed from the ballot. The elections office met today for a joint board meeting at Gertrude's restaurant on St. Croix.
To mark and independently, they take that ballot and insert it in a DS200 to give them a visual observation if the ballot is spoiled, marked, and that is where that violation is taking place, because everybody that's marking the ballot and sticking it in this tree is not observing where the ballot will be cast. So that is something we need to clear up, because we want to be understood clearly, and before we vote, that those ballots that have already been used, because those that are continue to be used, are actually kept in the bin in the DS200 under seal, and at election night, after the polls are closed, that is when each of those auditors at these polling precincts and polling place will observe the separation of the symbol and the ballot that should be going.
Meeting in St. Croix at Gertrude's restaurant, the joint boards of election, basically to try to resolve and come up with a process to deal with some issues that we have with our DS200 in terms of the tabulation of the votes. It is not doing, the program is not responding the way that the board expected it to respond. So we're trying to develop policy to basically set up election night policy, early voting policies, and in fact discuss other issues that are of concern to the electorate and to the board as we speak.
Meanwhile, Attorney Lee Rohn said that this is not the final chapter in this ongoing saga with Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen on and off the ballot.
I don't know that she's taken off the ballot again or not. The Supreme Court has issued an order to the Superior Court to take her off. That order has never been issued and probably won't be issued until sometime on Monday. In the meantime, we have filed today with Judge Wilma Lewis of the District Court a motion to enforce her order, a permanent injunction, and require that the Board of Elections and Ms. Fox not take Chucky off the ballot, because her permanent injunction is indeed a valid permanent injunction. It appears that the Virgin Islands Supreme Court either was unaware or ignored a federal statute that stated when it formed the VI Supreme Court as an Article 4 court, that it specifically stated that its relationship to the federal district court would be the same as the states. So their whole opinion that they don't have to be the same as the states, there's actually a federal statute that says they're wrong. So we have gone to Judge Wilma Lewis and asked her to have an immediate order requiring that Chucky Hansen not be taken off of the ballot, because the decision of the VI Supreme Court is contrary to federal law as well as the Constitution of the United States and the Revised Organic Act. I feel sorry for the Board of Elections because they have to obey a permanent injunction by a federal district court. They can't not obey it. because then they themselves will be in contempt. So I have no idea. I know they must be, but the Attorney General's office agrees that the opinion of the district court is enforceable and has to be enforced. Everybody agrees that the district court's opinion, except for the VI Supreme Court, agrees that the federal district court's opinion has to be obeyed. So they have the VI Supreme Court has put the Board of Elections in a completely untenable position.
Virgin Islands Police Department is looking for 44-year-old Vernon Kodra, a.k.a. Melon. He is wanted for unauthorized possession of a firearm and cultivation of marijuana. Kodra is 5'7", weighs 168 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. He frequents the 145 Clifton Hill, Williams Delight, Frontline nightclub. If you see or have any information to the whereabouts of this individual, please call 911 or Detective Francis of the Domestic Violence Unit at 340-712-6094. Stay tuned to News Channel 8. We have more news right ahead.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And welcome back to News Channel 8. The Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority held a dedication ceremony of its solar substation facility in honor of Gregory E. Willocks.
So we have here a picture of the substation, and I don't know if you know the history of our substations. We just finished dedicating one on St. Thomas to all of our bosses back in the day, Mr. Francois. And now we get to dedicate this one to Mr. Willocks. And this is just our appreciation for you for letting us borrow your family member and becoming part of our family. I got a chance to be groomed somewhat under him as well, so it's with appreciation that we present to you and the family.
Please give me the opportunity to introduce Greg's mom, the lady who gave him life, Mrs. Claudia Willocks. Our first daughter next to her, Gregoryce Willocks. And next to her, our second daughter, Taihe Willocks. And our third daughter, who is all so emotional, and we call her TJ, Leithia Willocks. Also, Greg's grandson, who he helped to mold right before he left, Jaden Gonzalez. This is Greg's immediate family.
We have here a 4-megawatt solar farm. St. Croix peaks at 40 megawatts. That is 10% of St. Croix's peak demand right there in renewable energy. From this day forward, we will no longer be able to say that we're 100% fuel oil generated.
Well, one community activist took to the streets today to protest against the high gas prices here on St. Croix.
Well, I out here this morning protesting because I just come from the States and I see gas price was 2 and change. When I leave, it was $4.29. I come back, it's still $4.29. So I said, wait, what going on? I went to a forum. I see all these people walking behind the people who want to get vote with a t-shirt on, and cost of living, cost of food so high because gas price so high. I decided to come out and protest. You know, as I said, let's just get the best deal in the world. I want to know if the same elected official who gives us the deal can call the body and say, listen, you're raping the VI, you need to bring down the gas price. The gas price too high in the Virgin Islands, we just roll over and give us our whole body. And as I said, we getting raped and nobody screaming out, everybody going on like everything fine and dandy. It's not fine and dandy, the price needs to go down.
That's one way to have a voice. On Tuesday, at the educational complex, there will be a town hall meeting starting at 6:30 p.m. The general public is invited to come out and ask their questions directly to the candidates for the year 2014 elections. Don't touch that remote, we have more news straight ahead.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And finally tonight, the Department of Human Services had their National Disability Employment Awareness Ceremony. Let's take a look.
We have several of our clients who will be receiving, consumers who will be receiving awards today. We are going to begin by recognizing Daquan Williams for achieving his employment goal. Daquan is employed by H&H. I don't think he is here today. That's correct, Ms. Claxton? Okay, he's not here today, Daquan. Next, we're going to move on to Ronica Peters. Okay, as we heard Ronica's story before, Ronica is employed by Lutheran Social Services. And we have Lutheran Social Services who will be receiving an award for hiring Ronica. Miss Jania John. Striker. Thank you. We have to recognize our employers because it is very challenging to find jobs and employers who are willing to give the opportunity. Some of them, they are willing, but they just don't have the funds to hire people. So when we get a placement, we have to really recognize the employers. Right. Next, we have Deshaun Miller. Deshaun is employed by Plaza Extra East. This is the award that the consumers who have achieved their goals, it's a clock, crystal clock. This is what they're receiving.
Congratulations to all. Stay with us. We have your weather coming up next.
Your weather coming up next. Your weather.
And here's a look at your weather forecast.
Tonight, isolated showers, partly cloudy with a low around 71. East-northeast wind around 14 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Tuesday, scattered showers with thunderstorms also possible afternoon. Mostly sunny with a high near 80. East wind 13 to 16 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. New rainfall amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch, except higher amounts possible in thunderstorms. Tuesday night, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy with a low around 70. East-northeast wind around 11 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 40%. New rainfall amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch, except higher amounts possible in thunderstorms. On Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Partly sunny with a high near 80. Northeast wind 6 to 11 miles per hour. Coming light and variable in the afternoon. Chance of precipitation is 40%. New rainfall amounts of less than 1/10 of an inch, except higher amounts possible in thunderstorms. And on Wednesday night, scattered showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 71. Light and variable wind becoming south around 5 miles per hour after midnight. Chance of precipitation is 40%. New rainfall amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch possible. This is Cheryl Francis with your Channel 8 News Weather.
Thank you very much for tuning in. That's all we have for local news. Do not forget to like us on Facebook at WSVI-CH8. You can also follow us on Twitter at WSVI-TV News, Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and World News is up next. Good night, Virgin Islands.
Meaningful Beauty, now available in the Virgin Islands, brings you News Channel 8. Pamela and Cindy Crawford tell how they use it. More on Channel 8, as seen on channel8.com, and call 1-800-811-2749 for Meaningful Beauty.